Greetings and welcome to yet another edition of Women in Mobility. It's an absolute delight for us as we have a distinguished guest, Dr. Alka Kaul, Director, Horizon Industrial Products. Alka is a powerhouse in the field, armed with a postgraduate degree in general medicine from Manipal University and an impressive stint at the prestigious Sir Gangaram Hospital in Delhi. Following her medical journey, she ventured into the family business, chairing a conglomerate of four companies, with the flagship being an OEM auto ancillary. What sets apart is her international flair. Alka became the first Indian to be awarded a scholarship by the Japanese government, pursuing her master's in business administration with a focus on international corporate strategy at Hitoshibashi University, Japan. Throughout her illustrious career, she has constantly upskilled, delving into various educational courses in finance, engineering process, and more. She owned many hats within the group, excelling in quality management systems, human resources, IT, PR, operational management, and business development. Her leadership philosophy revolves around the power of teamwork, knowledge, delegation, equality, and agility. She is on a mission to cultivate leadership at all levels, fostering not just growth but sustainable success for her company. Stay tuned for this insightful conversation as we unravel the incredible journey and insights of Alka. Dr. Alka, welcome.
Thank you so much. Welcome to Horizon.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Alkasan, the school days, no, that really gives a lot of inputs for the career that we choose and then the life thereafter. What were your thoughts during the school days and how it shaped you to what you are today?
Thank you for asking this question. Actually, in my household, my grandfather comes from service class, and my father is what who started the business from the seed money of my grandfather. Uh, there was no distinction between boy and a girl. My grandfather said, gender is not something that you should be bothered about. So
Wow.
yes, he was very progressive for his years. So what happened is that we were told that you need to study. Study was very prime importance. But I was also a lot in sports, school sports and debates and dramas. I learned Kathak and I also performed in my school days. So working, like going about like this, I am told that I wanted to be like Mother Teresa because when I was growing up, Mother Teresa was a very live influence on people. You know, you could hear her on televisions and on that time there was no YouTubers or anything, only Doordarshan was there. So I was very much impressed by her. I love taking care of people, of animals, of nature. So I wanted to be like her. But becoming a nun wasn't an option. So the next best option was to become a doctor because, you know, doctors are supposed to be caregivers. So this was very well respected in my family. Okay, she wants to be a doctor. So that is how things started. So I took up science, bio. Now, when I was in my 11th standard, I was a good student and, you know, one of those top 3 students. So I'm sure you would relate to this. Newer generation probably find it very amusing. There were convent schools, then there were government schools, then there were some private schools.
Okay.
So I was in a private school, and but at home we were speaking my mother tongue, which is Kashmiri or Hindi, and in school we were speaking in Hindi. So what happened is that I got a teacher who insisted that we speak in English, and if we did not speak in English, he would deduct our marks, and we didn't like him much, but that kind of helped also to get familiar with this language.
Yeah.
Yes, and develop the eloquency and, you know, get your pronunciations right. You don't realize these are the, you know, founding stones because when I went to college, everybody gets very scared of animals, rats or mice. So I had no problem, and I used to do even help my classmates in dissections even in school. So that was something. All girls used to get on the table when the mices used to come, and I was looking for the mices myself with the boys. So, so that was how it was. And um, so that's the journey of the school. And I then we decided, okay, then she'll go to medical college. So then that was the next best step that would happen, going to medical college.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, great. So, service, that was one of the propelling element for you
Yes.
to become a doctor. So, what made you to transform from a medical professional to an entrepreneur?
Though I was into dramas and debates and you know in my college also I was in sports, so but there was not much of sports in I studied in Manipal, and like I said, learning English helped me because Manipal, either it is English or it's Kannada or Tulu. So uh, again, why I tell this story is because you don't realize, destiny is playing its role somewhere. You're on a journey which you think is going to lead to an outcome, but it leads to an outcome totally different. So, when I joined my medical college, in school I was prefect. In medical college, I joined karate. While studying, I also did my karate and everything. So, those days it was said that the eldest of the family is going to follow the footstep of the parents.
Parents.
So for me, it was that I would someday join business, though it
Okay.
was never talked about in the family openly,
Okay.
because it was said that, oh, she might get married to a businessman,
Okay.
like that way. But my grandfather said, first, my girls are going to study, they're going to stand on their own 2 feet. And so then my father, once I came back after doing my post graduation and everything, so my father one fine day said that now who's going to take over the business
Business.
forward? So, being the eldest child in the family, it was on me
Okay.
to do that. And I realized one thing, though people were very skeptical that, I was also worried. Let's be honest, I was really worried. I told my mother that I'm a doctor. I know how to treat patients. I know how to probably even operate little bit, though that's not my core area of
Okay.
expertise. But metal, I don't understand. I don't know anything. I'm not an engineer. So I remember my mother telling me, you're my child, you can do everything.
Wow. That's the
So,
motivation.
yeah. So, in I told my grandfather that there is no woman there because as a child we have been to our factory.
Yeah.
I've seen the industry from my father's viewpoint or eyesight. So I said there's no woman there. So then my grandfather actually told me, I never differentiated between you and my son. So male and female is just a
Not.
God-given gender. It's got nothing to do with the work you're going to do. So you put your mind to it. Make sure that you learn even from the clerk or even the guard because they can teach you. So don't go as a promoter's daughter. Go there as a learner and take it up as a challenge.
Okay.
And I was really worried that I might fail. What will happen? Because, people around you wait for you to fall on your face. So
The fear of failure was there.
oh yes, oh yes. So my grandfather said, what worse can happen if you fail?
Yeah.
Just get up and walk. People will only laugh at you or point at you if you're going to fall and just sit there.
Again. Yeah.
Just get up and walk. So those who are laughing at you tomorrow will have something else to talk. So give them something else to talk.
What a great motivation. And then how
So
did you encourage? Wow.
yeah,
Super.
so that's how I entered into, and I left my medicine and I came to the business.
But when you entered the business as an entrepreneur, your thinking completely would have changed.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure you would have a lot of challenges. And you have created, like your grandfather said,
Yeah.
taken next step, further step, and then go to the Nadir. What are the challenges? And then if you can share some anecdotes.
I actually didn't join as an entrepreneur. I joined as my father's daughter, which is, but I joined as a trainee. So my father was, one thing was very clear. He said, of course, you're from the promoter's family, but you have to learn. So I will only hand you over or promote you once you learn your ropes. So when I joined, the only privilege that I had in one of my factories, we have canteen. So I could eat in that canteen, but I had to come in the time hours, give my time, work along with the workers. So I didn't know how to read a drawing or what was a vernier caliper or what was its least count. So I learned. And I would say that I have to thank my workers and my engineers because though they didn't realize, many times they would challenge me. Oh, let's see what madam will do. Let's see. So in that challenge also, they actually taught me.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I used to ask a lot of questions. I used to stand with them, see how they were working. I used to stand, work, ask my engineers a lot of questions. Of course, they had to answer me back. So if it was right or wrong, I used to wait for the end result to come to understand if what they have told me is right or wrong.
Okay.
Then I have also been, I would say I was blessed to have customers who actually, many of my customers, they actually taught me also.
The
How,
standards.
yeah. I said I need to know more than my people to be able to guide them. On the course as you go, internet came up, YouTube came up. So I actually bought books, read them. I bought engineering books also to read. Then I went on to some YouTubes to learn. Then I took also marketing courses. I've taken courses from Shiv Khera. I've taken courses from Rajiv Talreja. I've taken many courses on the way in my career to come up because one challenge was that I was a non-engineer in an engineering firm. Another challenge was that I'm a woman in an area where there are not many women in the field.
Absolutely. Automotive is male dominated.
Yes, yes. And now, of course, with God's grace, there are many females now.
Coming.
Yes, coming up. And I'm very happy about it. So, but when I joined, there were not many. And women, we don't get to network like men do. So when you go for networking also, you see like, there are 100 men and then probably 3 females.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a little difficult also. So I had that challenge also. But I decided, I said, for me, my grandfather was like a friend. So, I told him, I said, what do? I have to work long hours and also go to these meetings. So my father said, don't worry, go. Working hard was never a problem. So why you have to worry about it? So, he said, see, if you don't do it, you will never learn.
Correct.
So just do it, learn it. So for technical part, I took courses, learned it, asked questions. And many times I used to look for another angle. If my engineer will say, oh, this is not possible. So I'll go around looking how as a non-technical person from medical background, how I can use my analytical skills. So being a doctor wasn't all not useful types. The analytic part came into picture and the hardworking part. And just on a lighter note, now my men have to think something else than sick leave. Because if somebody is going to ask me a medical leave, I ask them, what is the issue? Can you please show me the reports? And if you can guide them, so they're going to get little more innovative. So this is how it is. And whereas being women is there, I stood my ground. I made sure, and I would say God also helps. When He sees that grit in you, then in our industry is very tough, but it is also very nice industry. I had many other promoters, senior members in the industry who actually made sure that I was, being, because females were very few.
Yeah.
So they were all, it doesn't matter if you're somebody else's daughter. Everybody is there to protect you and, to take care of you so that you can sail through. But you should be ready to sail through. So then they will.
The intent should be there.
Yes. So intent was there, and many a times when I would go for a meeting, the customer would not look at me. They will look at my engineer, and used to get very hurt. Then I know my subject now. Why you're looking at somebody else? Because they were more comfortable by talking to the guys. So that was also my mindset. I had to overcome even my mindset. It was not just the external challenge, even the internal challenge. So I also told myself that stand tall. Don't think yourself as you're a fighter, you're a warrior, you're on a mission. So just do your job. So I took it like that. It sounds very easy, but it was not. There was a time when I actually told my father, I'm quitting. I'm not, I'm not going to, no, it was early in my career. I just couldn't understand. And I said, I can't do it. And that's when God actually dropped a very good project or a course in my lap, which was when I went to Japan to study.
Oh, you went to Japan?
Yes.
Wow, wow. Why didn't you share that experience when you got the call from them for this course?
Yes. Actually, my father got a call that this sponsorship program of MBA from a very prestigious university in Japan, Hito Chibaji. They have a program which is called ICS. It's a corporate strategy, international corporate strategy program, where they have 50% Japanese and 50% are overseas students.
Okay.
And it's a fully paid Mumbosho scholarship program. So my father said, okay, I will send my daughter, but if they're not selecting engineers and all those, so she's just, he said, send anyway, because I still need to, because otherwise they will close the program for the Indian sector. So I went, I gave, there was a written exam. Then after a couple of months, there was a Viva OC. So all the professors, Japanese, came from there. I remember them asking me a question that if you win a big sum of money, what are you going to do? So I told them, it depends upon the money. So they said, okay, this is the amount if you're going to win. I said, good. I said, then I will do two things. One, I will open an elderly care facility. And another, I want to open an orphanage for the pets, dogs, or animals. And they looked at my face. They had no reaction. And I wasn't sure if they were happy about it or sad about it. And
inert.
Yeah. And that's when I thought, okay, I have lost this. I've said something wrong. So when I came back, I told my father that, he said, you should have said you will put in the business, you will expand it. It's a business school. It's not some charity project going. I said, they asked me to be truthful. I was truthful. What am I supposed to do?
Absolutely.
So I said, okay, they're not going to give me anything. Couple of months down the line, I get a call from embassy asking that you have to come to embassy. You've been selected. I actually was shocked. So when I went there, it was an year program of MBA. Of course it was. We were probably 10 to 20% females there. Rest were all men. And
most of them Japanese also, women also.
Women, we had 2-3 women Japanese, and then probably four females from international sector, Taiwan.
You are the only one from India?
Yes, only student from India, and the first student to be selected for this program. Japanese are very particular about, the way they approach work and, the management systems. Very meticulous. So I learned a lot of patience. I learned a lot of courage. I learned a lot of persistence. Even if you fall, they actually don't fear failure. So I'm sure nobody wants to fail. Of course, they work hard for, but they don't look failure as a bad thing. So I learned a lot of that, and that helped me become a better person and helped me also have the courage to be able to lead my team. Because if I don't have the courage, how can I lead my team? So it was actually a blessing in disguise. Of course, I'm a vegetarian, a pure vegetarian. I don't even
And then
take
living in
egg.
Japan.
Oh yeah, and I kind of lost weight, so it was again a good thing. So it was a silver lining.
Great. How all these have shaped your professional life? Because you did several courses, learned completely, from medicine to management to finance to entrepreneurship, standards, now MBA in business. How has it shaped?
I would say it has given me weapons to deal with things in a positive way. Okay.
Weapons to deal with things.
Yes, because you need to have arrows in your back to be able to actually aim at anything, right?
Okay.
An empty bow and an empty armature is not going to get you anywhere.
Sure.
So it also helped my team develop the confidence that we have a person here, okay, non-engineer, but has got other skill sets, qualified for other skill set, which they are not qualified for.
Okay.
So it made the team more complete. In a CFT, in a cross-functional team, in a team itself, you should have people who are experts in different things. A promoter doesn't have to be expert in everything, but the promoter should have a knowledge of many things, so that he's able to catch if something goes wrong and is able to motivate people
Yeah.
at the right time. So that my team knew that she's there, and I knew they're there, and it helped us build a bridge. So I do micromanage it sometimes, but I don't do it all the time.
Okay.
But they know that if they get stuck, they can come to me.
to you.
And well, if they're going to not tell me the correct thing, then also I'll know. So that helped. So it helped me deal, and it also helped me build confidence in my clients.
No, in the factory, managing the factory, I think, yeah, it's smooth because you learn the way, and then you can address people who come out with some problems and provide solutions. But when you meet your customers, they're all completely, automotive industry
Yes.
and male dominated. What are the challenges? How did they really look at you? Because being a woman and not an engineer, and then coming to them,
In the initial years, like I said, they would talk to the guy next to me. I can't blame them in the initial years because I was still learning my ropes. But as the things went up, so when they would still look at my engineer to talk, I would actually get in.
okay, volunteered.
Yes, I had to jump in voluntarily, and I had to start talking the shop, so that I can make them realize, ki guys, I'm here. So making them comfortable, talking shop, I took it on myself. I used to get hurt beginning, but then I realized that
Going to help.
yeah, it's not going to be good. So let's be little more professional
And flexible.
yeah, flexible. So and then I used to jump in. So I used to talk to them. Then I started going sometimes alone. Then I'll tell my engineer, you go finish this, I'll go myself, not a problem. So then they started having that confidence that, okay, that she can talk shop, and it is not just the customer. Sometimes even the the government department, the licensing departments, because in business, you know how it is.
Yeah.
You have to talk to your customers. You have to also talk to your government bodies.
Stakeholders.
Other stakeholders. There are other bodies involved.
Yeah.
So they also feel I think customer got comfortable way before these other stakeholders got comfortable. So, they used to find it very difficult. Okay, how can we talk to a female about things? We want some man. So then I used to go with the men. Sometimes I used to sit with them there only. So, and I used to start talking myself also from here so that they will feel comfortable.
Okay.
They have come a long way also,
Okay.
though there's still some hitches there. Customers have come around pretty well.
You have been dealing with a lot of companies, customers, etc., and then most of them are talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion.
That when we ask the society that you should treat us equal, are we actually ready to be treated as equal? Because treated as equal means you need to put in more hours. I had to put in more hours to come up to that standard, to make my place in this business. And I don't mind it because working hard, working more hours is not bad. It just, it just hones your skills much better.
Correct.
So are you ready for that? You cannot say ki men are working 8 hours, so I will only work 8 hours and that's it. So I want women. When they say that you should be careful of asking God for something, because if He gives it to you, you should know how to handle it. So I told them, and many loved it, and few were not very happy about it. I'm all for gender diversity because it is not just women; it is all other genders now openly. You should give equal opportunities to all of them, and then let's see how whoever wins the race or whoever's in the race.
Okay.
So the many females in the assembly line in our industry, they have been there. I have actually got women working on the press shop here. And I remember when I first time put them, my engineers were not, my plant head included, were not comfortable. I believe when women can work in paddy fields, they can pluck tea leaves and they can give birth to a child, they can handle anything. So you just need to give them that platform and maybe push them a little, because women are shy. They're brought up by our society in such a manner that you should be giver, you not should be taker. You should not even take credit. You should stand behind your guy or your father or your brother or whatever. My engineers are very happy with the. They say that women are in press are working much better than. So I really believe that there should be diversity. Provides an equal opportunity. It also creates a competition, because otherwise you become very laid back. So,
competition is important.
Yes, but for this gender diversity, I do not believe that you should have reservations everywhere. That is something that I don't believe. To a certain extent, yes, but not to a majority extent. They have all these good cars and all that stuff, right? Though we tell them don't eat and all. So I tell my female staff that can you please control these guys? So now they only control them. That we are working here, don't do all this, you're not supposed to do this. So they don't mind taking up more responsibilities because somehow they understand you. So yes, I my own PA, she joined as a computer operator. Right now, I have made sure that she grows up the ladder. She is not just my PA, she's also part of my marketing team. She's also running the corporate HR. I've trained her for that. So I believe they have so much of capacity. You just need to groom them, train them, and they can take the world.
But they also need to have certain responsibilities, like the determination, grit, and all. What, according to you, are the responsibilities for women to grow in their professional career?
Females have a problem. We feel very guilty when we don't take care of our family. Because that's a genetic makeup. So I tell the females that don't feel guilty, because sometimes, some places, you'll not be 100% all the time. Nobody can be 100% all the time. So don't worry, don't be guilty about it. Anything that brings you down, don't listen. You have to be a better person. You have to be able to give to the society. My mother was a housewife. And I think being a housewife is a very difficult job. because it demands a lot of things. So I honestly don't. I never say that it's not right to be an housewife, but you decide what you want to be, and be that. And be female should ask for help. We are actually
Many don't ask.
no. We feel that it is, if we ask for help, that will show our weakness.
Weakness.
There is no harm in being weak, because weakness is not in your determination, or with the weakness we learn. If we don't know our weak points, then how can we improve?
Absolutely.
So don't be scared of your own shortcomings. Use them as a stepping stone.
Good, good, good.
That's what it is. It is very easy said, it is very difficult. But if we are not going to help our own self, nobody can help us.
help you.
But in doing this, I also say we don't have to become like men.
Okay.
We are women, and let's be that.
That's interesting.
Yes, I say we are special, and we should never lose that. Of course, nobody is inferior. We are one side of a coin, and both sides are required. Otherwise, the coin doesn't run in the market.
Absolutely.
So nobody is inferior, nobody is superior. All have their own special things. But ask for help. Don't be scared, or be scared, but learn how to overcome it. Be persistent. Do what you want to do. If you don't want to do anything, be very unapologetic about it. I don't want to do anything.
Okay.
So that is what you should decide. Because if women are going to be stronger, our society will become stronger. Because
Absolutely.
that's one of the foundations. So if I'm not strong, how can my team be strong? How can my children be strong? So the first guru is mother.
Absolutely. Mada Pita Guru.
Correct. So yes, so you need to.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful listening to you, Alka-san. Thank you so much for talking to Mobility Outlook. Thanks for being part of Women in Mobility.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.